Well, I look and feel like shit, but I'm having good ideas. I'm having good ideas about freedom, and I've got some Greek cheese. I've been sick. I partied too hard and everyone around me was sick. Voila. So, here's what's on my mind. First of all, oh my god, let's get this hair out of my mouth. First of all, how to pay the blood price of scamming, inheriting, telling people I need things when I don't have a plan to keep the promise to act on them, on the resources. Like saying, will you help me buy this, or will you lend me this? And then I don't use it. Like Vasilis lends me his Native Instruments account. I have thousands of dollars of stuff that I use minimally, if at all. And I pressured him to, not pressured, I asked him several times. It was easy for him to say no. To ask the other guy, the guy with the Turkish last name, to upgrade the account so I could use instruments in there that I've barely ever used, including the nylon, the one that I advertised as being most necessary. And this is the same all the way back in 8th grade, skipping school for the first day of MW3 to start a YouTube channel when I had no intention of, or had no plan to do it. It's not a lack of intention. It's that I know I can't keep the promise because I have no plan, and I don't want to be alive anyway. I'm just eating cheese like Jerry. So, the first thing I've been doing, I put money aside last night, I think, and to begin to pay back in donations the money that I made scamming. And also to that's one debt, and then there's also literal debt, and there's the man, I look so fucking miserable. Jesus. There's the literal debt, and then there are things like inheritance or favors or people who are sharing their accounts with me and things like that. I want it all gone. I want it all reduced to zero so that I can have nothing. Only me at the center. And if I re-expand from there, it has ground. So, how to do this? Well, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. You know, the end game of this is like I give away all my possessions. Even my guitar was bought with inherited money. Although, like, my one interface and my headphones were not, and my old keyboard and my bouncing pad, you know, the drum machine pad. But I still feel that they were, because I didn't buy them with a plan. I didn't purchase them with a plan to keep the promise of using them. It was just dopamine. That there is something decadent or weakening. There's something debilitating in them. You know, like débil in Spanish. So, yeah, and I want all the information out of my head too. Just a reduction to only the things that keep me present and focused and able. But on the other hand, I still like the idea of going to a place and having basically like a safe house there. You know, one in Paris, one in Tokyo. So there's something about this that is mobile and powerful, but something about it also that's very like, it's like the opposite of having everything on me, on my back. It's only, it's like I'm only interacting with things and I'm using my skills everywhere I go. So maybe I go to a studio, I don't own a synth, but I use their synth, I make a track, and then I leave, right? And it's all, the patch stays in my head, or the track comes out within a week, so I don't need to do more. It's like flow, action, be like water, Wu-Wei, Heraclitus. You can never stand in the same river twice. I wrote about this when I applied to Deep Springs. Interesting place, Deep Springs College, if you want to look it up. Got in a argument with the president about making it co-ed. I said it'll fundamentally change the experience. I don't want to deny girls the ability to come here, but you can't pretend that this is going to be the same thing when it's co-ed in either direction. The same as if it were an all-girls school, bringing in boys. And he didn't say, yes, it will be different, but that's fine, which is, okay. He said, you really think it'll be different at all? It's like, yeah, you fucking fat idiot. Because now there's sexual hierarchy competition, except for the gay boys. So, yes, or if the girl is gay, and that's not going to stop the straight boys, what a fucking moron that guy was. Or just dishonest. It's not stupid. Anyway, I got in trouble at a party again this weekend for telling the host's friends that they had gentrified personalities because I walked inside for 20 seconds with a lit cigarette. I don't know, probably just in Europe brain or something, where it just doesn't matter. And a couple people freaked out. It's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Sorry, I just forgot. I'll leave. But that was insufficiently apologetic for them. So I don't know what the end game of this is, this new set of ideas, but I'll tell you, Mars entered Capricorn yesterday. For me, it's the second house and the fifth house ruler. Second Cap, fifth Aries. Saturn, of course, is tap dancing around my fourth and fifth house, along with Neptune. Pluto's over there. Mars is going to be here for 35 days. I don't have any problem being an inspired strategist. That's always my mode. Mars and Mercury conjunct, opposite the ascendant, opposite Pluto. But I feel good to have the will to act. The will to act. I don't know what the end game of this sort of very reducing idea is. I mean, it's certainly a Saturn return idea. It's certainly a Saturn return in Mars's sign idea. It's certainly a Mars in Capricorn idea, just kind of where it's, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. And I read, I think it's Ace that said that Saturn in Aries can feel like Mars in Capricorn. It was either her or Liz Green. But that sense of one step at a time, strong legs, carrying matter up the mountain of divinity to spirit. And how powerful Mars in Capricorn is. But it has to have the right aim. And now, for the first time in months, I feel more able to be free and self-forgiving because I've started making sacrifices. I did something else too. Well, I don't want to just advertise. Anyway, so that's what's on my mind tonight. And what does that mean for freedom? What is that freedom also? To be just in the here now, or in the place time only. it takes money. Like, you have to have the background of money to give you the confidence to act that freely. Or I do. I don't like to trade on favors that much because it's too dependent on the people, and I don't get to say what I feel. Like, you have gentrified personalities, which is, I don't want to stop telling people what I think about them if I think they're faking their own weakness and fragility. There are other reasons. I'm not going out of my way to be rude. There are plenty of reasons not to be rude or blunt with someone or brusque like that. But I don't want, well, they're trading something to me to be one of those reasons, because it's trading truth for economy. You know, and like, we live in a material world, but I don't want to put myself in those positions unless I really have to be. I even like eating the cheese. It makes me feel mobile. I feel good. I'm happy that I don't have to sit to eat. I'm happy that the food is right in my hand. I love eating with my hands. Dude, these videos are crazy. They're not, because I try to make everything grounded and coherent in my own life. But so much of the stuff that I think and say, if you just pulled it out of context or didn't know me, or you read it without tone. Anyway, that's the last of the cheese. Good night.